Hi everyone, Neil Welch, agility coach here. Now we've spoken in our last video about our deceleration, and we started looking at some vertical jumps and some horizontal jumps to get better at putting the brakes on. Again, a really important tool for us for when we're trying to beat our man on pitch or to stay with an attacker. Now the next little progression here is to start getting more into single leg movements with it and linking into some change of direction movements off the back of that. Okay, so we're going to introduce our short lunge series. Okay, again, really simple exercises that you'll be able to do at home without any issue, and you'll be able to start building your deceleration patterns. Now again, the two important things from a technique perspective that we're after: the speed of the movement. It has to be as fast as you can. If your lunges become very sluggish, then you're not really challenging your body and you're not going to get faster. Okay, so we want speed in all of our movements. The second one is that we've got this bend at the hip. Okay, I don't want us bolt upright trying to do any of these lunges. It becomes a very knee dominant pattern, and it's also quite slow. So I want to get us used to using the hip in all of our movements. Okay, so the first ones we're going to look at is just a very simple forward lunge, and you might notice there's some of the patterns of this familiar with squash players. Okay, we're going to look for a very fast drop down and push back up. Now the reason I want the push back up to be quick is it forces the deceleration to be fast. Okay, so I don't want a long pause down here before pushing back up. We hit the ground and then we're straight back out of that lunge. Get from side on, we're down and we're pushing straight back out of that. And you can see the position I end up in here. We've got a solid knee bend so we can produce a lot of power. We're loading the hip, and again, if we emphasize the speed, then we're starting to improve our explosive strength as well. Okay, so that's the first exercise we want to work on: a lunge and a push back. Okay, so that movement will help us for our step back inside our attacker. The next one we want to start thinking about for our side step. Okay, so we're going to work on a lateral lunge. So it's a little step out and push back. Again, that was a little bit sluggish there for me. There wasn't a lot of intent to the movement, but I got into a good hip position. This next one, down, and we're going to get a big drive back out. And one thing I would always try and work on is to produce enough force so you're forced past your starting position. So if I start here with my left leg, I'm down, I'm trying to drive myself out past that position. And again, by doing that, I really emphasize the speed and the amount of force that I want to produce. Okay, and the thing we're actually training there is a very fast deceleration. Okay, once we get a little bit comfortable with that and we've got our very short movements, we can start bringing those lunges out a little bit further. Okay, big step out and a drive back. Again, we're just starting to get used to pushing a little bit more force or trying to decelerate from a faster speed by taking a bigger step out. Okay, so your progression with the forward lunge is to take a bigger step and drive yourself back out. And again, we're obviously going to work on each leg there. So left leg, big step out and a big push back. And even for me, I can feel that my left leg isn't as strong and powerful at that. So if I want to develop my left side step, my left deceleration, I'm going to focus a little bit more work on that. And then the same with the lateral lunge. We're going to take a bigger lunge into it to have a drive out. Okay, you might end up just doing a small jump into that movement. Down, and then a really big drive out. Okay, and the speed of that forces your body to be able to decelerate faster. Okay, so we've got two exercises there that you can build into your program in the gym or at home: our forward lunges and our lateral lunges. We emphasize the speed, we emphasize the bend of the hip, and if we do that consistently a couple of times a week, you're going to notice your ability to decelerate rapidly improve. Give those a go at home as part of your program.